Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. This episode is probably going to be the first one that we do in 1.14 when the server updates to that new update, the Village and Pillage update. And we're going to have some shenanigans with some of the new things that will be available for us. I've been so excited for it, but at this point in time, when I'm recording, that hasn't occurred yet. In a couple of days, 1.14 is going to be released, then we're going to update the server, and all types of fun will be had. So I got a couple of things to show you at the beginning of this video. We've done a live stream, and here in the Nether we've done a couple of things. So there were two portals that were just up there behind this little bit here. One of those was Mumbo's. So what I did is I moved the portal forward into this area, and it works perfectly and synchronizes and all of that. So I wanted to show you the banner design. It's based on his suit skin, if you couldn't tell. The other one that was over there was my skeleton farm. That's been moved into this area as well. And check this out. I needed a wither skeleton skull. I spent a diamond block on Mr. Iskal, who threw on my way, and made this, like, pretty expensive just to have a little blob right there. But it's a ghostly face, and going through that portal also takes you to the skeleton farm. That was not the only banner activity we got up to in the stream. We also created this Iron Golem face, which was for Mr. Tango Tech, the creator of the Iron Golem farms. And then we came up with a banner design for Ren, which I had shared with him previously. And when he looked at this, he saw much more into the design than I did. He was saying that the white in the middle represents the dragon in their area. The red on one side is the red of Rendog. The blue is the blue of full symmetry. And we attempted to craft it and made a mistake. And then over here we did one with red on either side and a fade, which didn't actually really add too much to the design. And then the peeps on the stream pointed out that False's colour this season is really purple with her fantasy builds. And so we have this for Ren's portal, which I think looks fantastic. We also came over here and changed some of the blocks that you see below me. There was actually a whole bunch of water here, and that's because this is the Concorp studio area, and we've done some terraforming filling this in. So I've changed it over here, but what we're also going to do is add a portal for this area, right? I don't see why we shouldn't. We'll fit it somewhere in the area in the future, but that means we have an excuse to make yet another banner design. There isn't a portal on the other side yet, and this location will probably move and get changed around at another point in the season where we figure out where this is going to go. And yes, that is a camera. So I asked for some suggestions for this on the live stream, and I got tweeted this design, which I think is alright. I'm not sure if I want to keep it or not though, so we'll see. But it does kind of look like, you know what, now that it's here, I'm not entirely convinced. Let me know what you think of it with a comment down below, and maybe we'll change it, or maybe we'll keep it. So our next order of business is related to 1.14. There is a certain resource that I don't have any of, and I need to call on a certain mysterious figure on this server for some eggs. By the way, this little tunnel right here was built by Full Symmetry. It looks amazing, and it's going to take us through to the end dimension. Obviously we need to go through the end portal for that, but let's just appreciate how amazing this area down here is, and that up there is the legs of a giant Enderman. You can kind of see it. That's what we saw in our world tour just a few episodes back when we did the 100th episode. So we need to build a calling card to alert this mysterious figure to our needs, and I'm going to build this in this area because it is right next to where we will use some eggs, which is what I'm after. And that down there is a hint. Can you put 1 and 1 together? Do you come up with 2? If not, don't worry, all will be revealed soon. So what do I need? I need eggs, and it looks really quirky at the moment. Do you want to know why? Because the texture we need from this block, which is a brown mushroom, is the one that is hidden underneath. Except that didn't... Hang on a second, do I have to use mushroom blocks? Ah, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah, so to get the right colouring, because we're taking this from the pixel art of an egg, I've got to now go and place blocks in front of them all to change them to a different type. And that is significantly better. How do you lure a poultry man? You build a giant egg. It says over here on these signs, "Dearest poultry man, Turtle Man is in need of eggs. Chicken eggs. What you can give will be rewarded with foul flowers." Ooh, it's cryptic, but probably not now. 90% of you know exactly what this is for. There is a big blob of TNT here, at the spawn islands and a creeper nearby, which I really don't like. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Also, there's cake here, and it's a 7. That's got to be someone's joke to do with Season 7, right? Hope I'm not spoiling anything. My episode probably doesn't come out for quite a few days, so should be good. Should be good, but yeah, very peculiar. My friends, it has been an entire week since I last recorded the clip you saw a few seconds ago. You know, I have my mind all set on wrapping up all the things that I were doing on here for now, and then starting a whole bunch of new projects for 1.14. But as you might be aware, 1.14 is pretty dodgy in its current state, and so now the Hermitcraft server awaits 1.14.1, and I found myself with a hankering to get on the server. So I've just been in the Nether Hub doing some things over there, and I thought I'd bring us back in before I show you what I've been up to by checking out what else has been going on the server while I've been away. Oh my goodness me, there has been some sort of protest going down over here. This water was filled up with slimy sludge, and then Mr. Rendiggity Dog parked himself over here. I think he has a different name. It's Rembob now. Rembob. So check this out. Hermity Hippie Collective Protest. No more sludge. There is a hippie collective parking their bus right here on the server, and I believe the bus is broken and Ren is looking for some donations. If you want to know more about what's going on here, just go check out Ren's videos. So I think, yeah, look at this. He's selling dream catchers. We can get a dream catcher of solidarity and sandals of solidarity. Apparently these were made from hemp, and those ones haven't been renamed. I'm gonna grab myself some grey looking ones right here, and I will happily buy those, and I will hope that these diamonds will go towards Ren being able to fix his engine. Let's stick our head in here. This is fantastic. Oh, but yeah, you got to go and check out Ren's videos if you really want to know what's going down here. The shopping district is just full of sea pickles. They are really just everywhere, aren't they? And an Elytra flying course is being developed. I am guessing I'm going to be utterly horrendous at this. Wow. The next one's down here. Good so far. And then you're supposed to go down somewhere under here. Yep, that's the next one. Completely unfinished at the moment, but I'm so looking forward to that, to having like a racing course that goes through one of the most interesting places on the server. Yes, one of. There are many interesting places on Hermitcraft this season. And here is another one of them. And why am I staring at this wall? It's because I've gone around and I've actually removed every single little entrance. There used to be some ladders. Oh, I mean, the evidence is right here. There used to be ladders on the wall. I've been taking them down and placing down signs redirecting people to the tunnels up the top. This is all very crude though. As you can see here, it says Iskow and other places. And is someone actually using this in this moment? That's fantastic. So the Witch Hut and other places. What witchy business has Cubfan been up to, eh? So Cubfan would have come from somewhere back around here, and then would have found this sign saying, use the ladder to get to the top Nether tunnels. Now I haven't done any decoration here because I'm focusing down on the inside of the hub. I'm hoping that some of the hermits that use these regularly will then be inspired to update them and decorate them, which is what I need to do with my own tunnel. So the last hole in the wall we need to get rid of is my own. I'm going to be patching this up, disabling the portal and building a new one all the way at the very top. So this is one of the big tunnels above the Hermitcraft hub that goes off in the 4 different directions. This one comes all the way down to where my base is, and you can see I've been starting to build this up a little bit. And here on the left there is a portal. This one synchronizes up to the base, which is promising, and the old one was around the corner, just a little bit behind from where the other one was, and all the way down the bottom of that ladder. So it's a bit of a cheeky change, but it seems to work, which is fine by me. And so we'll build some sort of small entrance right in front of us. But anyway, we have this big tunnel here to build all the way back to this distance, which is hundreds and hundreds of blocks. And when Full started working on these tunnels, I did say to her I thought it was pretty crazy to take such a big design and extend it so many hundreds of blocks in each direction. Well, it turns out that False has actually made a change I was unaware of. So I've been digging out this top space up here and putting down loads of materials that are actually going to get ripped out again. And that was quite a long walk to over here. Yeah, there's a lot to rip out, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about it because Digging away netherrack in Minecraft is kind of just peaceful and a nice little task to do, right? While enjoying some music or watching a movie or whatever I've been doing. And I can easily repair my pick, so it's no big loss other than a bit of time. Now what I noticed when coming over here to double check and make sure I was doing things correctly, because this is the completed tunnel design, I noticed that the further back you go, it actually gets smaller, as you can see, and this is exactly what we would need, because after a certain amount of time, you know, the distance of having to dig out all of this really will start to add up. So you can see the design gets dropped a little bit every now and then, until it comes down to this height right here, and that's a much more manageable nether tunnel in my opinion. Now that also means that I've got to go back, dig out those materials I just showed you, and basically recreate our tunnel the same as this one. So I have exhausted my clay supply, which brings us back over to the mesa to fill up some shulker boxes, and it just occurs to me now that there is sandstone nearby, and I may need a lot of that for the other part of the tunnel as well. I think I've got a sandstone shulker box inside of my ender chest, so while I'm here I'll probably be topping up on that as well. So I've gotten some gold and other supplies together, and we're starting to just put in the foundational blocks down here on this tunnel from one end to the other, and now just got to go through the tedious task of slowly building this. And by the time the episode wraps up, I really don't know how much of this can get done, but of course I will aim to try and finish it, but that is very unlikely. So a little bit of an update. Everything you see in front of me here is done, and building all of this, not so bad. Kind of getting into a groove of it now, which is always important, although there's only a couple more to do, and then the ceiling starts to shrink downwards. But anyway, the grind will continue, and I'll continue to place blocks. And that, my friends, has been taken care of. I have placed all of the blocks. This actually didn't take so long. Once you get into a grooving build, even on a large scale, you can get things done relatively quickly. Now this tunnel is slightly different from the one that False did on the other side, because I realised she hadn't sort of settled her mind on the archway at the top right here. So I decided to propose this, that we just have a big lump of sandstone stick out and go across, and it looks okay until you get to the last two. Then it starts to get a little bit chunky in size, but then that's it. After that it's flat like this, and you can see that I've constructed the tunnel going the whole way. There's still a few more things to do, like take care of this missing glass and maybe extend it a little further in this direction, but I think this tunnel will probably benefit from being made even smaller at some point in the future, because the next destinations are a long way off down in that direction, and it leaves me with the entrance to my bit, which I'm not going to do yet just because this is a small project and I need to figure out if this is fully going to synchronize with my base. So we are done with this project for now, and I can pack up the supplies from building. So it was earlier in this episode that we called upon a certain person in anticipation of 1.14, but then that never came out, and over a week has passed since, and I'm not sure if Poultryman... Oh, look at this, he delivered! Well, at least one chest. That's more than enough to get us going. I saw that Poultryman spammed some eggs in the area as well, though. Yeah, look, there's a chicken in the end now. I might set up a little egg farm over here or something. Hey, there's loads of chickies down the bottom here. Awesome, yes. I might come back and set up an egg farm, but at the moment I don't quite have the time. Oh, and I see what's going on here. So they can't escape. Well, they've got a little area down here, I guess. Well, I've just come back to spawn. Oh, I came back here because my bed was missing. I generally tend to take my bed out of my backpack, sleep in it, and then take the bed back up, right? And there are tons and tons of chickens in the spawn chunks, which is kind of not good. Because they're always going to be loaded, right? Oh, I should probably take care of this now. Don't tell Poultryman that I had to clear out these chickens, okay? Well, that's a job done. And my friends, I've forgotten how tasty chicken is. Yum, yum, yum. Please don't tell Poultryman. I might be in trouble. But that was necessary. You know, those chickens were going to be loaded around the clock in the spawn chunks. It's a good idea to keep things out of the spawn chunks. Helps the server perform a little bit better. So we're nearing the end of the episode, and I'd just like to take a moment to remind you it's now the month of May, and on Patreon we're going to be sending out these new poster designs which are absolutely gorgeous. So if you're interested in pledging and supporting me, this will be the month to get your hands on the new merchandise. Not all of it is ready though. I'm still sorting something out with the figurines, which are going to be Evil Asuma from this point onwards, and there's going to be a mousepad design as well. So I'll have those things to show you in the future, but this is the month where you can pledge and get your hands on this new merch. And on that note, I would like to extend a massive thank you to all of my patrons, and of course all the people supporting me directly through my server play.xisumavoid.com and on Twitch as well. Your support is truly appreciated, and once again, a really big thank you to all of you. This is where we're ending the episode here in the Nether Hub, which is basically now complete. It just needs maintenance from this point onwards. There's also a project here, hidden underneath, that Doc's been working on, a tunnel, which is absolutely fantastic. And when it's finished, I'll be showing you all of that. It's a really amazing project, but yes, we're just ending it right here. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon in another episode. Bye-bye.